Hi, this is Tim Donner with LibertyNation.com, where we have just published a series based on an exclusive interview with Sebastian Gorka, the departed national security aide to Donald Trump. And joining us now is the author and the man who conducted the interview, Mark Angelides. And Mark, I'm most interested in your overarching view of Mr. Gorka now that he's left the White House and the very significant role he played in the Trump foreign policy for about 7 months. Does he seem disgusted with what's happened to him and discouraged with what's happened to the president's foreign policy? Or does he seem more inclined to fight for President Trump from outside the confines of an official role in government?
Thank you, Tim. Hi. I don't think Dr. Gorka is in any way upset or disgusted by being outside of the White House. For him, it seems very much that the Make America Great Again agenda is his driving motivation behind it. There are more things that he can do, not inside as a political officer constrained. And of course, there are more things that he can say, which is the key point. So many constraints set by the White House, specifically the comms department, that it really hinders who he can talk with, when he can talk, and to some extent, even the talking points. So Dr. Gorka, he actually seems very, very eager, working obviously with Steve Bannon at Breitbart, working towards the fight and getting to work on a Jacksonian foreign policy agenda, which is really what's at the heart of the Make America Great Again platform. So in many ways, I think he sees this more as an opportunity as opposed to a setback.
Mark, the president has taken action against the Assad regime in Syria. They've ratcheted up the pressure on North Korea. They've called out NATO nations for failing to pull their weight in the alliance. And Trump has been greeted as a conquering hero in Saudi Arabia and Israel. But many Trump supporters believe that the president has become in the grips of the foreign policy establishment, particularly in the person of National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster. Do you get the sense that Sebastian Gorka feels that his departure means that Trump has in fact sold out to the foreign policy establishment?
Actually, the sense that I got was that he believes very much that the president is strong enough to be able to deal with these things. He believes that in short order, the president will realize that there are certain key individuals who are not serving him well with their advice and policy preferences. And during the interview, he predicted that certainly that President Trump will begin to reach outside of the White House to people who've been maybe seen frequently entering and leaving the White House during the last 8 months. For example, Dave Bosse and Corey Lewandowski. And that he'll be reaching out to people outside to bring in the policy expertise that he needs to carry on with the agenda. He also suggested that some of the people who are the face of the MAGA platform will, over the next 8 years, as he does obviously believe that it's going to be an 8-year presidency here, will over the next 8 years be coming back to the White House or coming into the White House for the first time. I think that for him, it's all about supporting the president in the reaffirmation of American sovereignty issue. And he feels that he can support this better from outside the White House at the moment. But in terms of has the president been taken over, I don't believe that Dr. Gorka feels that. He feels that there are a lot of voices inside the White House who are essentially ignoring the president's agenda for now, but that won't continue. It will very soon come to a complete halt. And then the president will reassert his authority with this. And I mean, they're both massively aware, both President Trump and Dr. Gorka, that the massive bureaucracy system is essentially playing its own game in concurrence with an administration. And that at some point, the president will reassert his vision of the Make America Great Again agenda.
Well, now, Dr. Gorka is considered to be, Mark, the sort of foreign policy equivalent of Steve Bannon. And now both of
Yes.
them are gone. And a lot of Trump supporters are very upset. They feel that Gorka and Bannon best represent their interests, the interests of the Trump faithful. And now both are gone and they're concerned. Is their concern legitimate?
According to the interview with Dr. Gorka, he feels that the actual agenda that got President Trump elected is going to be moving forward. He mentioned that at times during policy briefings, he was in a room where people would speak for an hour and a half, which was the average length of a policy briefing, about different areas. Once mention either the president's opinion or the Make America Great Again vision during that policy briefing. And to go back to the point I made earlier, that he thinks that people will start coming back into the White House, or new faces into the White House who are faces of the MAGA campaign, who will reassert the authority behind getting this Jacksonian foreign policy vision forward and through to the American people.
Mark Angelides, he's the man who interviewed Sebastian Gorka, available exclusively right now at libertynation.com. I'm Tim Donner, and this is LNTV.